Hello everyone, we're back with another installment of Am I the Asshole? If you like hearing Reddit stories, we would really appreciate it if you could like or subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's dive into our first story. Am I the asshole for not getting my boyfriend breakfast and sleeping instead? My 22 male boyfriend is upset with me, 23 female, because instead of getting him breakfast a little over an hour before I had to be at work, I decided to continue sleeping. For some context, I work from home and usually don't get up until about 10 to 15 minutes before I need to clock in. Since I work from home, and luckily I don't have to be on camera, I just get up, walk my dog, wash my face, and then clock into work. The night before, my boyfriend did mention he wanted me to wake up an hour before I had to be at work and go grab him breakfast. I politely told him that I won't be waking up to get him breakfast because I try to sleep in as long as possible. I am a very light sleeper, and multiple times throughout the night I wake up due to even the littlest noise, and sometimes it's very hard for me to fall back asleep. This is why I try to get as much sleep as possible. This morning, my boyfriend woke me up when he decided to get up for the day, which was over an hour before I had to be up. I quickly ran to the bathroom and was headed to lay back down when my boyfriend stopped me and said he wanted me to go get him breakfast. I told him that I wanted to go back to sleep since I had to be up for work soon, and that I was going to lay back down, and so I did. I woke up a little over an hour later to my alarm, got up and did my normal routine. I tried talking to my boyfriend, but he was ignoring me and acting very pouty. He continued this behavior until he left for work, leaving without saying a word. I called him after the left and asked why he was acting the way he was. After him being standoffish for about 5 minutes on the phone, he said that he's upset because all he wanted me to do was get him food before work, and I chose to sleep instead of getting him food. We are currently sharing one car, so I am unable to go grab food and drop it off to his workplace, so I offered to DoorDash him food. He told me no and that he can't eat food at work because he is super busy. So then I offered him lunch from whatever place he wanted, and I would pay for it. He turned down that offer because he said he is going to be too busy to get food. Am I the asshole because I didn't get him breakfast and chose to sleep? I am very conflicted because I feel maybe I should have just gotten up instead of sleeping to get him food. I seem to be getting a lot of questions in regard to if it was a special day or if we had done something different. Nope, it was not a special day, just another Friday. I think I may have said Thursday in a comment, but I meant to say Friday. I actually bought groceries yesterday and included some breakfast items. Edit 2. First, I would like to thank everyone who gave me their opinions. I would like to answer a few questions I have seen to hopefully give more context. 1. Does he randomly buy me breakfast? No, he does not. When we have any type of breakfast, I'm usually the one to grab it or cook it. 2. Was he busy? When I woke up, he was sitting at his gaming table watching TikTok, so I would assume he wasn't busy, but I am not exactly sure how his work days go, because one day it can be super busy and the next, not so much. 3. Why couldn't he pick it up on his way to work? I also asked him this question, and he told me he didn't want his clothes to smell like food. 4. How do I have enough time to walk my dog? In the morning, we do a very quick use the potty, then come inside. I take her out multiple times throughout the day to walk since I work from home, and we do a long walk late at night. Don't worry, my girl is doing good. Info. Why did he need you to get breakfast this day? What does he usually do about breakfast? Ente. He didn't need me to. He just wanted me to. He had 2 hours before he had to be into work. He even decided to go into work 30 minutes early. I'm not sure what he does for breakfast. He usually leaves before I am awake. Just on certain days, he doesn't have to go in early. Do you think this was some sort of weird, misogynistic test he heard about online? He couldn't make or get his own breakfast because... ETA verdict, not the asshole. Yes, I'm going with test. There's an awful lot of these going around on TikTok these days about testing your spouse's love. So he could be doing that because he's dumb and spends too much time online. Or more insidious, has slowly seeing what demands and behaviors he can get away with in a more toxic way. It's hard to tell if this is a first event. Info. Is he in some way disabled or incapable of making or ordering his own breakfast? We're his options for you to serve him or to starve. If not, then not the asshole. Are you his girlfriend or his mommy? He pouts when you don't do what he wants? I hope he's really wealthy or something, because this sounds crazy. Am I the asshole for yelling at a woman and her autistic daughter after they almost knocked me into the subway tracks? So this happened yesterday on my way to somewhere after work. I had just gotten off the subway and was walking on the platform to the stairs. It was a bit crowded since it was rush hour, so I walked across the platform so I was walking closer to the opposite track. While I'm walking, someone crashes into my side and knocks me into the yellow part of the platform that you're not supposed to stand on while waiting for a train. People who have been to NYC will know what I am talking about. I almost lost my balance, and to make matters worse, a train was pulling in. I look in front of me, and I see two women walking by. One woman was walking in front, and the other younger woman has holding on to the back of her backpack and swinging back and forth and not paying any attention to how she was walking. I yelled, "Hey, watch it!" They just kind of ignored me or didn't hear me, and I went closer to them and yelled again, "Hey, I'm talking to you. Watch where you're going." The woman in front turned around and told me not to yell at her and her daughter, the younger woman, but still an adult, because she was autistic and was sensitive in the subway. I told her that she and her daughter needed to be more careful because she almost knocked me into the tracks. The woman told me I was being rude and insensitive to her daughter's disability and stormed off. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Autistic person here and mother to autistic kids. What they did was dangerous. I understand how it could happen, but her nonchalant attitude about it was messed up. She should have immediately helped you and apologized and explained that her daughter wasn't being malicious, just overstimulated and unaware. Her attitude was way wrong, and you had every right to be upset and say what you said. Not the asshole. The woman in front turned around and told me not to yell at her and her daughter, the younger woman, but still an adult, because she was autistic and was sensitive in the subway. She needs to be more effing sensitive. Not the asshole. I knew a guy in college with cerebral palsy, or maybe MD, this was 20 years ago. He couldn't get a driver's license for the same reason folks with epilepsy can't, but he had a car anyway. I rode with him once. It was effing terrifying. He thought I was the asshole, and I guess the whole DMV, for being so scared that he couldn't maintain a lane and or stop veering randomly. He could not control this 1.5 tons of metal that he was driving at 40+ miles per hour. My then friend group didn't see what the big deal was either. The dude was probably going to kill somebody one day because he didn't want to take the bus. It's as bad as killing someone in a DUI collision, and arguably worse because alcohol impairs decision-making, whereas he knowingly endangered other drivers and pedestrians without mind-altering chemicals. And no, I'm not apologizing for drunk drivers. If those selfish assholes with Lucille, disabilities are inherently unfair, and those with them should absolutely be treated with respect and kindness. Having a chip on your shoulder about it is sad, but entirely understandable. But it's not a free pass to be a public menace. I have a processing disorder. I can't register street signs in enough time to actually follow them, for example. If a kid ran in front of my car, I wouldn't be able to stop in time. Life sucks, but I've chosen to not get my license even though I was told I could technically pass. I don't want to be the reason someone loses their kid. I wish more people knew their limitations. There are a lot of people who just should not be driving. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.